the penalty. Out for Ellett. To Lehman. Lehman now left it for Petit, and he shoots it in. Belfort takes a look, and he saw Conroy coming in on the play, and it goes all the way down to Jeff Reese. 20 seconds left in the penalty to Yanni. He is standing up in the penalty box, ready to come on. This is Bradley up over the Chicago line, fired it in off the boards behind the net. Lehman gave it to Petit, to Lehman. He lost it, and the Hawks clear it out and have killed the penalty. Yanni is on the ice. Puck near center ice, and the Maple Leafs Petit rolled it in to Clark. Clark cannot catch up to it. Belfort leaving the net quickly. Long shot down the ice. This one will be icing with Todd Gill back. And icing called against Chicago with 6:27 left in the second period.
There are the two goalies. Jeff Reese far busier than at Belfort, and they both had about the same amount of traffic in period one. The Leafs were leading 1-0, but now with 6:27 to go. In this one, they're down 3-1.
The Blackhawks have had 24 shots, and the Toronto Maple Leafs 14. Blackhawks, Jeremy Roenick coming out this time. Burst of speed up, shoots it in. Larmer is in there with Goulet in front of the net. The pass to Goulet. Deflected away from him in time. Chelios has to back up. Get outside the line. Foligno left it for Todd Gill. Gill moving up with a shot deflected by Wilson, and he is doing his job at both ends. With another update. Here again is Ron MacLean.
This may not be a great game, but it's sure a showcase of great players. Lemieux, Lafleur, Coffey, and Joe Sakic. Here scores his 27th of the season, and it's now 6-3 at Quebec City.
That's what you call going for the top shelf, for sure.
The puck got stuck on above the crossbar and under the net, just so the goal judge couldn't possibly make a mistake on it.
Another young man having a great season with the Quebec Nordiques. And, not a great hockey team, as you all know, and as we have stated, but Sakic hanging in there and showing his scoring prowess.
Last year he scored over 100 points, Bob. The first time anybody on a 21st place team has done that.
Pass through to Graham. Graham lost it. Weak shot off into the corner. Graham centered it. And it was tipped in time by Foligno. Conroy was poised to take the pass. And then maybe a shot. There's Conroy. Slapped at it. Dirk Graham lost control near center ice, and Broughton all over him. Gave it to Willett, and he lost it to Graham again. Graham fired a pass in that hit Murray. Koshiniski tipped it down the ice. No icing. Out of the net, Belfort. And Manson turns in front of the net. Belfort was not yet back in there. Troy Murray dropped it beautifully for Graham. And the shot is blocked by Petit and down the ice.
A nice
play
shot
by
block.
the Blackhawks, though, as Graham was given a great chance. 5:07 remaining. The puck a few times, but mostly when he's left the net. He's had 2 shots to handle in this period. And he's parked now on the rim of the goal crease, waiting for the Leafs to come at him, and it's Richardson who'll test him, and the shot missed the net. Petit from the underside, and the Hawks into that defensive shell now, blocking everything. Well, here again is Ron MacLean with this update.
Bob, like I was saying, it's a great game in Quebec City this evening. With a score 6-2 Pittsburgh, here's Mike Huff from the slot, and suddenly it's 6-4 with still plenty of time to go at Le Colisée.
Shootout there tonight, and it's settled back here in Chicago. I'm Bob Cole with Harry Neal in the broadcast booth. In among 20,000 Chicago spectators, and they're right on top of their game. Ron MacLean, of course, and Don Cherry along with us, and we're coast to coast in Canada, and great to have you with us.
Red Belfour leads his team to a 134 goals against, which is a 2.6 average. They're the only team in the National League under a 3 per game goal average. 16 fewer goals against than the second place team in the Jennings Trophy race. And in the last 10 games, not including this one, they have allowed less than 3 goals in 9 of them. Maybe that's why they're in first place.
Zezel on this face-off for Toronto. Kicked it back toward the line. Shot by Richardson is blocked by Belfour. Penalty coming up against Chicago. As Richardson took the shot and Belfour made the save. As Chicago's Mike Hudson is going off.
He hauled the Leaf forward down in front of the net.
Mike Hudson, 2 minutes for holding at 15-12.
Let's have a look at it. Number 20 for the Hawks. Right in front of the net as Belfour makes the save. You can see he's got a hold of Zezel's stick. And for that, he'll serve 2 minutes. And the Leafs desperately need to score a goal to get back in this hockey game. They have been out of it for the 16 minutes of this period. Mike Keenan, I'm sure, gave his Hawks a gentle reminder that they can play better in the second and the first, and they have, and they are in control of this game right now. And Tom is wondering where that intensity, that hustle, and that physical effort went that he enjoyed so much in the first period.
The Leafs 6-3 in their last 9 games, and not looking in great shape right now against Chicago. But here's Hellett now on a power play with a shot. Lehman fanned on it. Ramage on the other side. Hellett again. Up to Lehman. Lehman moving up a step or two. Back to Hellett. Shot deflected into the crowd by Larmer.
And you know, the Leafs have had at least a dozen shots deflected out of the rink by the Hawks, and it just shows that the Leafs are taking a little too long to get it away, and the Hawks are really hustling defensively.
4 minutes and 29 seconds remaining in the second period, as the Blackhawks have stormed out here in the second period after giving the Leafs in the first period and a 1-0 lead on a goal by Foligno. They have scored 3 times and are now up 3-1. 1:41 left in the Blackhawk penalty to Mike Hudson. And they drop it in. The puck rolls near the line and out over. Ellen back to Ramage, to Ellen. 2 Blackhawks in for checking. Roenick and Larmer. And that's a decent pair.
You better be careful of in your net.
Right to Belfour off the boards. Domfus took a swipe at it. Wilson covered him. Domfus again on the skate. And Roenick cleared it to the line, but not out. Right in front of the net. And the Leafs Zezel went in behind the goal. Another penalty coming up. The Blackhawk player this time was dropped to the left of the goal, and Domfus was the guilty party, I believe. Doug Wilson is slow getting up.
Domfus is going to get a high sticking penalty. Doug Wilson looks like he's in trouble. And there is the referee McCurry looking down the stroke to see if there's any blood. If there is, Domfus is gone. If there isn't, it'll be 4 minutes. Wilson was trying to take Domfus out in front of the net.
The Leafs are upset, so something is coming up here. Domfus is saying, look, it's purely an accident.
It's 5 in a game by the look of it, the way the Leafs are complaining.
Yes.
It certainly wasn't a deliberate high stick, but Wilson seems to be cut. As the trainer is looking after him over in the Chicago bench, and if there's blood, it's a major penalty. And there it is right there. It's not serious.
5 minutes for high sticking and a game misconduct.
He's gone, and the crowd told you so.
Well, he was trying to fend off Doug Wilson in front of the net and put his stick up and hit Wilson in the chin. It was an accident, a little self-defense perhaps, but the referee doesn't ask how it happened. When it happens, you're gone. Let's have a look at it now. Wilson 24 and Domfus. See Wilson coming in. And it's a pure accident. It really is. Domfus didn't even see him. He was looking to see where the puck was as Peter Zezel had it behind the net. Now there, Domfus is waiting for the pass. He hasn't even seen Wilson yet. And it's a complete accident. I really don't think that should be, although there was blood, I really don't think that should be a 5-minute penalty.
It was obvious Domfus was looking behind the net from where that pass might be coming.
Well, he thought he was going to get the pass as Zezel, and he had the 2-on-1. Then he waited when the pass didn't come. Wilson roared in from after being trapped out between the hash marks between the circles, and Domfus didn't even see him coming. And you can understand why Domfus, the Leafs, and Tom Watt are upset.
Now, Mike Hudson has 1 minute and 7 seconds left in his minor penalty. So right now, the Blackhawks are looking pretty good to wipe this one off the board. They're leading 3-1 now, and Domfus just assessed a major. Here's Gill. Shot missed on the short side. Ramage didn't get through. 1-on-1. Gill is back as Lemieux comes in, trying to drop it to Manson, who was catching up. And the Leafs, Bradley is away for Toronto, coming in. He got in the slot, but then was checked. Conroy all over him. A long shot. That boomed wide of the goal. Gill centered it. Right onto the stick of Conroy. And the Blackhawks, 3 of them, bring it up over the line. This is Manson shooting one in. It was tipped by Gilbert. That nearly caught the far corner. Gilbert on it. Centered it again. Lehman tossed it on the boards, and it goes down the ice. Hudson is ready to come on the ice now. Here's Green. He's not given much room. Chelios made a play to Wilson. He shoots. Score! Wilson. Hat trick.
And here come the Habs.
And they're standing in Chicago. 19,000 strong.
Cherry could have got one of these. He bought one this afternoon. There's going to be about 50 of them out there, and they're coming from the first deck, the second deck, and the third deck.
Oh boy, this is surely Chicago afire. 4-1, the Blackhawks, 3 goals by Doug Wilson, and he gets the big hat-trick salute from this great crowd.
Well, he wired that one. There's no question about it. Again, the Leafs, you let Doug Wilson take 2 steps and walk to the top of the circle, he might beat you. Now, Jeff Reese thought he was lined up and wasn't giving him the short side. But Wilson found a small hole between Reese's right leg and the goalpost, and it's 4-1. Doug Wilson's first career hat trick, and he's enjoying it, but not as much as the fans.
Isn't it funny at the start of the game when I mentioned about the adrenaline flowing after the anthem here in Chicago, and it was, in fact, Doug Wilson who said the other day, to repeat it, that if you don't get pumped up after the anthem here in Chicago, you better check your heartbeat, baby. You might not be alive. And he's getting a big salute here now from this sellout crowd.
You know, the Hawks have won the Campbell Conference Championship 5 times in the last 9 years. Doug Wilson was a member of those 5 teams, and he says this is by far the best Hawk team in his 14-year career here with the Chicago Blackhawks.
Wilson's 8th of the season from Chelios and Green at 17-13, and that's 4-1 Chicago.
The goal was scored, Bob, when the teams were 4 men apiece, so the Hawks still have a power play. 3:30 left in that major penalty to Domfus.
The Leafs, Hannon just knocked it down the ice. We have 2:15 remaining in the second period. Chelios back of the goal. Wilson is with him. And And here on this right side is Thomas. Shoots it in. There is Goulet. The veteran played it back to the net. The Hawks are swarming now. Thomas trying to center it. Thomas again from his knees made a play, and Wilson moves up. He knocked it into the corner, and now it's fired all the way down the ice. Belfour on the glass with it. He's got that down pat. Roenick bumped near center by Foligno. Chelios moving up. Strides in over the line. Made a play to the far side. Hawks controlling it now inside the Maple Leaf blue line with a minute and a half left in the second period. Pass right in front. Look out. Yanni in. Oh, and he had the netminder Reese out and went high with it.
And Michel Goulet may have been hit in the head with Yanni's shot. If he wasn't hit in the helmet, he just got out of the way. Trent Yanni made a great fake to put Reese down, had the whole net, couldn't put it in.
Okay, let's go to Ron McLean as we take a break for this update.
A final report from Le Colisée. Matt Sundin of the Nordiques scores his 14th. That's second among rookies in the league. It ties him in that category. Sergei Fedorov leads the way with 22, but that goal wasn't enough. The Penguins hung on to defeat Quebec this evening 6-5 in Quebec.
Let's have a look now at the play I was talking about. There's Yanni getting Reese on his back. He's got the whole net, and it just grazes the helmet of Michel Goulet and stays out.
So the Blackhawks have had a shorthanded goal in this period. One even strength and two on a power play. They're leading 4-1. Foligno had scored in the first for the Toronto Maple Leafs. We have 1 minute left in period number 2. Manson is coming back. Got it up near the boards, and here is Presley. Coming to center and had it taken away by Hannon. He just dropped it back to Rouse. Rouse shoots it on an open wing down the ice. And as Manson picks it up, 40 seconds left in the period. He fanned on his clearing attempt, but Presley was there to rescue it. And he's to center. Coming in with him is Gilbert on the right side, and Yanni trailing the play to Gilbert. In back of the net, Presley again. Presley trying to get it back to Gilbert. He stabbed at it, then chased it. Creighton in the corner, back to the line, and Manson. To Yanni. Leafs cannot get near the puck, and Yanni trying to get loose. He is hauled down. Gilbert with the puck back in the net. There's